Today I want to share with you a brief but important outlook of mine. I'm a fighter for the future.
So much death. What can men do against such reckless hate?
I have a leonine disposition when it comes to the RPG hobby. I hear a lot of opinions lately, thinking about how Starfinder is going to cost the other science fiction RPGs players, and that there's a win-lose dynamic. I think that a lot of the fights between RPG Brigade and OSG come down to an idea that there is a win-lose dynamic there, that there's only so many possible community members, and if you can sabotage the other team, maybe you can get more points. That's not how I look at things. There's something of bacchanalia inside of me. I can turn water into wine just by being creative and passionate about this hobby. That's what I feel these videos are. That's what I feel my channel is. That's what I feel like I'm doing when I'm being an energetic player or an imaginative and passionate game master and social engineer that brings people together at the table. I hear this sort of "the light has gone out in the world" talk sometimes, that it's hard for folks to find a campaign, and that there's maybe a one-shot mentality, that people have an only flirtatious disposition towards the hobby. And I have to say, my response is to bring it even harder, to advertise, to show my passion, and to create a titillation in the mind of people thinking about what it would be like to play repeatedly, what it would be like to continue down a mysterious path towards an eerie and horrifying conclusion. That's what Call of Cthulhu is, but that's also what something as simple and fun and pulpy as a Pathfinder adventure path can be. And I'm making the case for both. I believe that complex games with some rules are the way to get campaign play going. For me, I think that the one-shot mentality comes out of the simplification of games, that there's just only so much staying power to these rule sets. And so I don't think that it's really a cultural malaise. Yes, Tinder allows people to... I won't drop an F-bomb, but Tinder allows people to pick up their phone and have sex without even making it a relationship, without even meeting someone and asking their name. And yes, Netflix allows people to watch television without making an appointment. But I think the RPG hobby is countercultural.
Ride out with me. Ride out and meet them.
It is something that gives a refreshing change of pace. The fact that you have to make an appointment, you have to actually make friends and develop relationships to get the game that you like, that's interesting. And I think it also promotes important social skills. There's a little set of dots that you can have on a World of Darkness character sheet called manipulation, and it's not all bad. It's not evil to figure out how to get the things from a social circle that are adjacent to your goals. And after all, as you're making progress towards those goals, you're going to have a lot more passion and verve, and that's going to be an asset to the community that you're in. So serve yourself. And do it with passion. Serve the hobby by bringing your best. Don't throw in the towel. I know that when you go to Adventure League and you look for new people to make a game, you might see people who are imitating Monty Python. They're brand new. They're wanting to act out. They're wanting to gauge the fantasy aspect, the escapism. But there's so much more to escapism than that. And it's your job to show them by bringing it. I know that when you go to Pathfinder Society and you see people playing Pathfinder like it was Warhammer 40,000, they're playing a miniatures game, they're playing endless battles, and they're not really staying tightly to the idea that this is a simulation that's worth playing because of its reality and its believability and its cause and effect, and that they're more off in this realm where it's a game unto itself. Well, show them. Roleplay in combat. Interject flavor text as the dungeon master. Try and avert battles before they begin by using negotiation, by using stealth, by using guile. After all, those are the fun things about this hobby. The consequences that erupt when a fight begins, those are exciting too. But the tension between those two, the tension between comedy and drama, well, that's, after all, I think what makes up A New Hope into a great film. You have to be the other side of this coin. And I will let Aragorn finish this out for me. I'm the Complex Games apologist, but I hope to be more to you. I hope to be the angel on your shoulder, telling you to keep going in this hobby.
For death and glory.
For Rohan. For your people.
The sun is rising.
Oh, and I do have a very brief Stars of New Absalom update to tack on to the end of this video, so check it out. My son has taken to making his own dot maps. I got some stickers from Office Max to populate my space maps, and he found them very interesting, and he decided that he was going to join in on this activity. And, you know, with a little help from his mom and from me, he's able to handle these stickers and tell us where to put them and pick out the circles. What does this mean? How am I going to use this? Well, to me, if you're familiar with BattleTech, the area inside of that map in the BattleTech universe is called the Inner Sphere. It's the sphere of worlds that humanity has expanded into and explored. And to me, each of these is a sphere. So I'm taking as a given that drift drive has been discovered all across the universe at the same time in Starfinder, and that all the technological societies that are really poised to do so suddenly have the ability to travel through space. They're spread across the cosmos, and these spheres are their expansion. At the center here, of course, will be New Absalom, and that's our 4-hex circle. The Magellanic Voyage, that's the furthest that they've reached. The red circles are threats. They are looming consequences. And what's beyond? Well, green circles could be opportunities, resources. Yellow circles could be something that if we could expand into, well, we could grow into that in fullness of that yellow circle very quickly because it's just right. It's a tasty morsel for us. After all, blue and yellow, when put together, are green. So, to me, this is a place where I can connect those 4-hex circles in chains so that I'm not overwhelmed with another rabbit hole. I only need to define the web between these. As you recall from the previous one, we defined our scale. And now I know what the scale of scales is. We're getting down to these quantum levels that enable me to develop smaller pieces. And in the next episode, I'm going to talk about how to develop very interesting singular planets and singular locations in a way that matters at the game table. Stick around, folks. It's going to be fun.
Thank you for checking out my channel. If you enjoyed what you've seen here, maybe check out one of my in-depth video essays on topics in the tabletop gaming world, or subscribe with alerts so that you get updated anytime I put up new content here on YouTube. And above all, let me know what you think about this topic and about my videos in general by leaving a like or a dislike, and especially your own opinions in the comments below.